Welcome to Fuller Hot Rods. Sorry I'm a little late. Now, we don't only build cars, we also build motorcycles. And this is our little Buell project that we've been working on. And what we do is we take a stock 2002 to new XB9 or XB12. And you can pick these up for probably $4,000 to $6,000. This is basically Harley's sport bike. So pick these up at a very inexpensive price. They've got really cool forks. They've got really cool brakes. They've got really great torquey engine. They make about 100 horsepower. And so they're cool because they're kind of an American sport bike, and they have a lot of great, sport bike components. And what we do, as you can see, is we turn them into our own custom. We call this the Fuller. So if you look at our unijig bench here, we actually take the stock Buell and we take it apart and we build our own frame. And what we're accomplishing by this, one, of course, is that you get a cool look. You're getting more of a custom bike look versus a sport bike. But two, you're getting all the kind of sport bike components, but you don't have the, the over-the-top stance. And, these things, while really fun, they're very tempting to go a lot faster, a lot more crazy in the corners. Whereas something like this, it's a little bit more of a straight line, more of a straight line bike, a little bit more of a cruiser, something where you're a little bit more comfortable and a little more laid back, but you still have, if you do want to get in it and you do want to have some fun, you've got all the performance there to do it. This wheel, this is a 20-inch wheel. This is a pretty new size from Avon, and it's got about it's a 220 width, so it's got a good kind of meaty width, but it's not huge and crazy size, as you can still get good handling out of it. And we have a local machinist that not only makes our wheel, Neil Richardson, he also makes our hub. And we make these custom in order to fit these Buell components. So our hub fits it. You could actually bolt the stock wheel, like if you bought the Buell, bolted it into our frame kit, you can actually bolt a stock wheel in here once you change it over to chain. So we do change it to chain. Now if you move over, the original Buell has the oil in the swing arm. And what we do is make our own little oil tank. The lines come from underneath. You're still keeping that center of gravity low. That's one of the kind of Buell principles, is you keep the center of gravity low. You keep the exhaust low. You keep the oil low. That's one of the things that's original to the Buell, which we also kind of follow. Moving forward, we make our own controls for it. These are made out of stainless, so we custom fab these controls to fit. And we also are making our own exhaust. The other big thing that we have to do to make this thing kind of work is we change these over to carburetor. Sounds kind of weird. We take a fuel injected modern bike and change it over to carb, because originally these bikes have a huge wiring harness. There are a lot of sensors. There are a lot of things to hide. So if you tried to hide all the wires off of the original bike, it would be an absolute nightmare. So what we do, we make our own stainless intake manifold. It's got 3/8-inch flanges. It's real solid. That holds the carb on the opposite side. And that way, it becomes a 5-wire system. Literally headlights, taillights, blinkers, and basically ignition and charging system. That's it. Really simple, very easy to hook up. And we bolt on not only, this is a stock coil, so you can use a stock coil. We've got the stock regulator mount, so basically all your front end, all your brakes, all your bearings, a lot of some of your electrical components, all bolt into this kit. And so you end up with a bike like this, which becomes a really hot, really cool looking custom that you can afford. I mean, normally this bike would be, you could spend 50 grand on a bike like this without even blinking. Whereas we can produce something like this for a lot closer to the 30 range. And you go buy a new Harley, you can spend 30 grand buying a new Harley, you can spend 30 on a Ducati, you can drop 30 grand on a production bike where they're making thousands and thousands. And this little bike, at this point, we're making 5. So you'd be one of 5. It's a very small, limited club. So anyway, it's kind of cool. It's our little babies. And hope you enjoy this little segment. We'll see you next time at Fuller Hot Rods. Check out our website, fullerhotrods.com.